I'm your girl Tree
from We Played Outside.
on the beat.
And we're outside.
We are.
And we wanted to talk a little bit about, I don't know, you kick it off.
The Office Empath. Who's your Office Empath? Who's the empath that you know in your life? Or are you that person?
Now, what's an empath?
An empath is basically somebody that feels, that is usually the person that everybody gravitates to, tells all their business to, literally is the person that you feel comfortable with because they for some reason can understand your emotions and are very relatable to most things around real sensitive people. Is that you? Do you know somebody like that?
That's me.
Mm-hmm.
That is me all day in my office. Or working remotely. Still me.
So you're working and you're also doing therapy at the office.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you?
Same.
You're that person?
Always have been. Always wondered why. But yeah, it's a lot. So the next question is that do you feel like you're doing twice the work because you're doing your regular work plus you're also being everybody's therapist?
But you know what? I don't see it as work. I feel like that's a side of therapy for me because I can put the busyness of the work aside and I just hit pause on the stress.
Okay.
Pause on a day of stress. And I'm like, let me reach out to so-and-so because I feel like something's up because something's been off with their energy. Like I haven't heard them call out of meetings. So I'm like, let me reach out to them real quick. So that part doesn't feel like work to me though.
Okay. So, but do you feel like you get burned out then in the office because of the duality that you're having to deal with work and checking on people and caring for others?
I don't see it as being burnt out, but I feel like I can't keep up sometimes because I feel like there's people that need that outlet.
Yeah.
That need someone to talk to. And just recently with my job, things got so busy that I can't reach out anymore.
Same.
So I feel like there's voices that need to be heard or an outlet. Like there's people out there that need to say something, but I can't reach out to them.
Yep.
And I'm like, damn, I wonder what's wrong. Or damn, I hope everything's okay. As I log off. Because I am not staying online anymore.
What?
And I'm like, let me log off and I'll text them because I'm close to, there's a core group that I work with that I'm very close to. So I'm like, I'll check on them when I log off.
Work family is what I like to know them as. Work family that sometimes become real family, especially when you leave the job and you're still connected with people.
Yes.
I think that's how you select your own family when you become an adult, is you get to decide who's going to be in it.
Yeah. All right, folks, remember we are outside.
So it's like squirrel. Sorry.
Oh,
but you said you wanted to see us. So now you get to see us, and this is how it looks versus how it sounds. You can see it. This is us.
Yep, this is us.
So I like that. But yeah, being the empath, I think people should really, I don't think a whole lot of people even know what empath even is. And they're empaths, but they don't know that that's what it's called.
To be honest with you, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that until we did the interview with Tammy. She was on an episode with us for,
for hair. And then for her surviving.
Yes. So, because Tammy's a stylist. And we just wanted to talk to her about her life as a hairstylist and what she's gone through because she's so involved with the community. She has everybody sit in her chair. So just talking to her about that. And at the beginning of the episode, you guys talked about being an empath.
Yep.
And
I asked her how long she had been a healer.
I'm like, what is that? So
yeah.
I went home after that and looked it up and ended up talking to my husband about it because I'm like, really? I didn't realize that.
I've been literally trying to really understand some stuff that I didn't always have a real good grasp on, especially when it comes to understanding emotions and feelings and energy and yeah, it was like, oh, okay, that's definitely me and a lot of my close circle. But what does that really mean? And so then it was a matter of like looking at stuff and trying to figure out vibrations and how that really, what that means to me and how it matters.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was an interesting thing, which has prepared me so that should I decide to go into the office, I recognize that okay, I have a propensity to absorb people's energy, and I don't necessarily want to do that because that can alter your really wonderful mood. You could have come in with sunshine, and you meet up with a storm cloud, and now you sitting at your desk like, well, I was in a good mood until I talked to Sheila, and
That's my life when I go in the office.
now I'm
And
sitting here.
real quick, the episode for Tammy, Here We Come, to this day is still the highest listened episode that we've had.
Yeah.
So check that out. She said a lot of, that was a really, really good conversation.
Yeah, it was.
And then we did the follow up with her on her diagnosis.
Yes.
Tammy Sullivan. So sidebar, left turn slightly. Check that out. Back
Yes.
on course.
Yes.
When I go back in the office, I know that it's going to be, I go in the office once a week now,
Okay.
and that's probably the most unproductive day
Mm.
when I go into the office
For some
because
reason, I feel like my argument's being supported here.
it's probably my most unproductive day because
Mm-hmm.
I try to set up the meetings that I have
Mm-hmm.
with those that are coming in the office so that we can have face-to-face meetings.
Mm-hmm.
That always turns into, let's wrap up the meeting. Hey, how's it going?
Human interaction.
You okay? You went to the store yesterday? Everything went good? So
Mhm.
that always happens. And I thought that the more I started going into the office, I would be able to get that level of productivity back.
Mm-mm.
It hasn't
No.
happened yet.
Think about it. When we were playing outside, we had bowling leagues. We had there was your social events. There were your religious events. Like there were compartmentalized things that we had. But since we'll just go far as COVID. Since COVID, a lot of all the extra stuff that we used to do that we could get our energy out. You know how when kids are like little and you like let them outside so they can run that energy out.
Run that energy out, yeah.
That doesn't go away just because we're adults. It's just that it's transferred into different things. But you've been in the house all day, or you've been at work only, or the grocery store, and that's the only other place you're gonna go. You didn't get a chance to like go play outside and get that energy out. So that's how
Yeah.
work ends up being a dumping ground
Yeah.
because there's nowhere else to dump.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. So that's why I think we need to really be more intentional about who we're sharing our energy with, and then also why are we sharing it. And then also find other outlets so that work doesn't end up being your emotional crutch for everything in life because you didn't go to bowl. You don't
Yeah.
play tennis anymore. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, so stop and think about the things we did when we were younger. So we played outside.
Mm-hmm.
You went to church.
Yep.
You went, and not saying that we still don't do those things now, but just think about the sequence of things that we did growing up.
Mm-hmm.
We went to school. You played outside with your friends. You
Yep.
went to church. I remember I was in an organization called Jack and Jill
Yep.
Incorporated. So there was always every other weekend, or at least once a month, there was some event
Outlets.
that we had to go out to. We were learning and doing things within the community. We would do oratorical competitions. I thought I was the
Outlets.
shit because I would go learn a speech and would tear that up on stage, and I thought I was that chick to get on stage and say a 3 to 5 minute speech
Uh-oh.
with
With
body,
feeling.
just with feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I just had a moment right there.
I saw that. You were real proud. I was just like, all right, let her have her moment. She doing it.
But even then, and then you went to high school, and then even your elementary, middle, high school, you were involved with sports, or your parents would come to see you at sports or music events. And then we become those adults, and we go to work. And we come home and cook and clean, or you work at home, you go in the kitchen and cook, and then go in the living room and clean. It's like we just go further and further back into the house.
Yeah, into hermit mode.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my neighbor right now. He's working on this raggedy ass boat that he bought a couple months ago. But to me, that's his outlet,
Yeah.
so that he doesn't have to be in the house with his really, really attentive wife who follows him everywhere he goes. So I'm sure when he finishes that boat, he's going to find another boat to actually work on, because he needs an outlet. That's the thing. The other neighbor works on his truck because he needs an outlet. Now, I don't know what their wives are working on, but I know they have outlets that are outside of their house. Even if it's right in front of the house, it's still outside. So that's a key thing, though. And that's something to think about. If your man is always outside, I'm sorry. Disregard.
Left.
Sorry. Be 2:00 in the morning. You still working on that truck? Oh, okay.
So I mean, from the basis of this, there's two things that we need to keep in mind. Who's that empath in your office, or are you the empath?
Mm-hmm.
And then having an outlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you're not that person, or if you don't have someone reaching out to you to pull that, try to be that outlet to get that energy out, you need to find that outlet.
Yep.
So if it's working on your boat, if it's working on the car, we have a car that's been sitting in my driveway for I don't know how long now, because that's my husband's project. I don't know when he's going to start on the project, but that's his outlet that he's going to start on one day.
He will get to it at some point when he needs to.
Yeah.
That's how I look at things. I'll get to that when I need to.
It'll be at one point where he's just always outside, like, I need to go work on that car. You ain't worked on that car in months. Oh, I need to go work now.
Telling you, if not that car, like I said, my neighbor just bought that raggedy boat, because there's another boat in the backyard that he worked on for, I think, a couple years. And when he was done, like, you can't do nothing else. The boat gonna sail by itself at this point. What you doing? Yeah, so now it's like, oh, get another boat then and start to work on something else, because if I stay in this house, I'm going to tear it up. So, yeah.
But that, and I'm looking at him now, that is his outlet.
That is his outlet. Doesn't he look happy over there?
So outlets doesn't necessarily need to be physical. It can be painting.
That's an outlet for me.
Yeah.
Literally. Painting, drawing. I have a few outlets.
Writing.
Yes, I have a few outlets, but that's because I need them, because if I didn't have them, I would just be sitting here cussing. And where was that gonna go?
That's not gonna do anything.
No.
So the moral of the story:
find you an outlet, and don't let it be your job.
Yes.
Don't let it be your job, so that you don't go to work and literally terrorize other employees because your ass is miserable at work, and so you bought that shit to the office. I just had to put that public service announcement out there.
Think about the level of energy. We talk about energy a lot. I talk about energy a lot with my family. That is some real shit. You need to make sure that you have, or that you're keeping in mind the level of energy that you're absorbing, that you're giving off. I think actually H talked about it too in our past episode.
He did.
Of absorbing the energy, or I don't even want that. No, I don't even want that level of energy.
I'm not accepting of that. That's why I stopped talking to folks, because it's like, every time I talk to you, I feel literally weighed down by the time I get off the phone or hang out with you. Note to self, you going to voicemail when I see your, no, it's called protect your energy, because literally, once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah,
and people will suck you dry, and I don't mean that in no nasty way.
Yeah. Yeah. So protect yourself. Protect your energy.
Yeah.
Keep in mind those. Enjoy and love the empaths in your office.
Yes.
They need love too.
But don't shit on them.
Yeah, they need some love
them,
too.
but don't shit on them.
Thank you. Here comes the motorcycle. We're outside.
My daddy would not teach me. He said, you ain't safe in a car, so I'm not putting you on a motorcycle. I know your eyes didn't just get big and we recorded.
And the third part I want to make sure is you make sure you have an outlet.
Yeah.
You need an outlet, rather if it's the boat, if it's the car, if it's drawing.
I'm
if it's
going
writing.
to learn how to drive a motorcycle. I'd be goddamn.
Make sure that you have that outlet.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know what your outlet is, try different things.
Yeah.
Nothing. It's going to be something trial and error that you try it. You realize it's not for you. I'm not a puzzle person. I couldn't care less about puzzles.
No.
Some people find their peace when they do puzzles. So find your outlet.
Mm-hmm. Get some Legos. If you don't like puzzles, get some Legos. Build some expensive shit, because them toys are expensive. Those Lego boxes, I'm sorry. Legos, if you all out there, if you listening, I know y'all ain't listening, but if you listening.
Oh, no, they're listening.
Lower them prices, because I'm trying to get the whole botanical garden of Legos. And literally, y'all is like tripping. That's a plastic block. Stop playing with me. Just saying.
Oh my gosh. So
Yeah.
as usual, wrapping this up, I'm your girl TJ.
And I'm your girl Tree.
And
we played outside.